Hi, my name is Chris Wheeler. I'm a poet. I'm the author of A Parade of Dreams, Poetry Illustrated with Photographs. Recently moved to PEI from Whitehorse in the Yukon, where I lived for almost half a century. And I have a new poem to read to you today, which is a little autobiographical, I suppose, perhaps, because it's about a trip from the Yukon to PEI. Big Joe the Yukoner drove east to PEI, looking for a warming sun shining in the sky. He'd escaped the Yukon cold, years of freezing pain, huddled by the warming stove, cursing winter's rain. Driving south had taken time, 3 days on the road. Driving east had taken more, 2 weeks to be told. Northern Rockies were pristine, mountain peaks so tall. Winter snows were closing in, not much left to fall. Finally, northeast BC, Dawson Creek ahead. Joe escaped the Yukon's grip. From the north he'd sped. 7 lines left to cross, Alberta coming next. Tarmac road straight ahead, the big V8 he flexed. Saskatchewan, level ground, crossed in record time. Manitoba came in sight, the country just sublime. Big skies and endless views defined that prairie space. In the mirror, stormfront loomed, hastening his face. Winnipeg's big ring road he followed to be free of city traffic and of noise, land of the Cree. Carried on, soon he came, scariest sight of all. Welcome to, the sign read, Ontario. Almost there wasn't right. Ontario was tough. On it went for too long. He'd almost had enough. Dryden and Thunder Bay were only just the start. Then the Sioux and Nickeltown, halfway through the chart. Happily then he saw the yellow leaves of fall, while home in the Yukon, the trees were bare of all. Spotting Laurentian Hills and Ottawa as well, Joe could now taste the end. He'd rest here for a spell. On he forged past Bytown, forward to Quebec. The roads grew wide, full of cars, traffic all in check. Parler français was all he'd say, not to give offense. English was his mother tongue, all he could dispense. Past Montreal, then some more, things continued fine. Traffic thinned, then voila, he reached New Brunswick line. Now Big Joe took it slow. He crossed the country wide, from Yukon home, all by road, to the eastern side. Maritimes in the fall were something to behold. Puffy clouds and vibrant leaves, nothing here was cold. Paused by the River St. John, Joe stood for a while. Then he made the final push for the Red Mud Isle. Cloud closed in, rain came down, Big Joe wasn't worried. Bridgehead, quiet wish. Onward then, he hurried. The link was long, the link was high, o'er the salty strait. Cape Juramend to Port Bourdain, in miles, counted 8. Here he was on the isle, just studied but not seen. Rain downpours had left the ground, muddied red, not green. As he drove to Summerside by the southern shore, sun came out and lit the route. Fall was summer more. Big Joe the Yukoner will bear his name with pride. 50 years he loved the north, wilds and more beside. But 8 months of winter can tire even the tough. Joe's happy on this island now. Winter isn't so rough. From far away, Big Joe came here to have a rest, despite the miles and the trials from the far northwest. It is here in Summerside, when moon and tides are one. Winter's only half as long. Joe's moving days are done.